continue our close reading of the Red Pyramid. We have gotten 3 fourths through the book, and we are continuing to track the evolution of our 2 main characters, who are Carter and Sadie. Keeping in mind our purpose, that I can use close reading in order to make meaning and connections between the characters, the response to change, and how the plot is affected by these responses. Keeping that purpose in mind, that is leading our instruction.
Because you believe in yourself and you can do what you want to do.
And since it says example, well, since we're reading the Red Pyramid, we should put Carter had courage that he could save his father,
And he had the courage with the
and that's when they unlock the cheat.
Now, what's example? Like maybe if you have there's a cat stuck down like a tree or something. No, well, maybe, but if there's like a cat stuck down an old pipe, you might have the courage to go and dig up the pipe and get the pipe. Yeah. I'm a cousin on my family. Can we put another one? What's another word for courage? It compares to all the stories.
Well, yeah, because he had text.
So this one, he had fear and courage. Yeah. Because he had courage to fight it and let Val and Sadie run off.
That's what he was talking about. He the balance
And had the courage to fight it.
The other one had courage. They had fear. We have courage. It can rise into our text because you don't know if you're scared of the said animal or you can courage to beat the said animal. He was scared of the said animal when he first fought him. But when he was in that with the playing dog, he found the courage inside of him to unleash his full power, his chi, and to beat the said animal and to do right.
I like how they did that. Like when your doctor was here.
I'm like,
Go, table 2.
and
It represents Carter and Sadie. How, before, what does fear mean? What does it mean to fear?
It means you don't have any courage.
Basically the opposite of good. Like
The feeling, okay, we have the actual definition. The feeling one has, continue.
Danger, pain, or trouble is here. We put a feeling to be uneasy. That was just
Can I put in danger or uneasy? Would that be sufficient?
Yeah.
Would you be able to read between those lines? Okay. What does it mean to have courage?
To go have courage, you face your fear.
put down your fear and you do what you have to do.
Samuel's asking if you had power. Reword that for me again.
Go forth with power and no fear.
So he said to go forth with power and no fear. Hunter's saying, I'm not sure they align too much. How could we help get a compromise?
If you have power, then that just means you don't have fear. If you have power, that you usually don't have anything to fear.
So how could we reword Samuel's suggestion that would fit in the courage category?
Power with no fear.
Go forth with no fear. Learning target today, if I can analyze how fear and courage go hand in hand. I have heard a lot of that conversation already. I can provide text evidence to support my analysis. I can track the theme of courage and fear in the text. Hunter has just alluded to theme. So y'all are already working through these checkpoints. So at this time, I'm going to ask you to take your excerpt from the Red Pyramid. I'm going to give you about 8 minutes. I want you to read through it. We've already read through it. We've already gone through the confusing words. We've answered some of the questions we were unsure about. So now I want our focus to narrow that supports fear and examples of courage. As we're doing that, I want your thinking to go back to these 4. This is what I need to do to hit my target. Once we've done that, we will come back together so we can share what we've done. Are there any questions? Go ahead.
Using the evidence that you have found, is there a connection? And if there is a connection, what would it be? Is it connected to both our characters? Don't forget, refer back to our purpose and our learning target.
I need you to keep in mind as you're working through your thinking, keep in mind our look for.
Lady says, right here. It says, her face went pale with strain and her cat warrior avatar appeared around her one more time. It was weak though barely subsistent. Don't, I called, you'll die.
What is the connection between fear and courage?
Sometimes you have fear whenever you have courage, but you still go for it.
What is evidence that you found that shows one affecting the other?
He's scared. He hid behind Carter's legs and drowned through.
Okay, and so that was an example of,
Fear.
okay, and so how does that tie into the courage aspect? Where's the connection? Carter still went, which means where did that leave Carter?
There's the brave one. There's one right there.
So is brave and courage go hand in hand as well? Those are the same thing. Do you think Carter was fearful, though he was going with Khufu trying to protect?
There's one right here too.
Yes, but why? What did you read?
They had a child and he wanted to go save him. He thought they might be in the river. Different from each other, and in the novel, in the beginning, it showed that he was scared of mostly everything, and with his sister. And now, as we're progressing through the novel and going into the end, you see that he's having more courage
because I'm connecting with it. When you hear your scream, that is with Hunter, like he's getting more adrenaline. He's having more courage to save the world, save his dad, save his sister, and save everybody.
Adam, can you tag on to that?
It's like they keep on overcoming every fear that they have. Like Bass was trying to go with the water, but at the same time, she tackled the that guy, and then for Carter and Sadie for them to leave. But Carter and Sadie, they stayed even though they were probably scared of the alligators. They stayed for Bass. But the same thing Hunter and Derek said, they both had courage and overcame their fear.
What do you say? It. Haley said that this fear and courage and the fact that Carter and Sadie are evolving through their initial problems is tying back into the importance of family. Do you agree?
Yes.
Why?
Because in the beginning, Carter wanted to be like Sadie because he thought she had a better life, and Sadie wanted to be like Carter because she thought he had a better life, but he didn't go to school.
Okay.
And Amos came in to save them, and Amos is their uncle, and Bass was saved by Carter and Sadie's mom and dad.
Based on, ma'am, you want to add to the chart? Which one? Who?
Well, kind of Sadie too.
What do you want to add?
But sacrificing.
Under one or both?
Those are things that's mostly water.
What evidence, when you read through this, did you find that there is a sacrificing? And sacrificing, could we attach that to fear or courage?
Yeah.
Could the idea of sacrifice, both?
When you sacrifice your life for somebody, you know that you can. You know that you can completely die, and that's fear because you're scared of dying. And on courage, you're saving somebody. You have to find the courage to give yourself up, to sacrifice yourself to save the other people.
Thank you. How do fear and courage work hand in hand? Keep in mind, this is going to go back. How do these work hand in hand to affect our characters, their changes? Hunter.
One can exist without the other. Like if you don't, the definition of courage is the ability to overcome your fears and do what you need to do. If you don't have fears, then you're not overcoming any fears, therefore you don't have courage.
Like you have to have fear before you can
Loud and proud.
You have to have fear before you can have courage.
If there is no fear,
There is no courage.
courage
Cannot exist because there's no fear to overcome.
Anybody else want to add to that? How did Carter start off?
He was